Hello everybody and welcome back to UKSG Blue. I'm Hallie Mad Mike, I'm your new host for the next segment. And just to remind everyone, we are raising money for Crisis here. We've had some wonderful donations and as you can see we are very, very close to just slightly tipping over the $2,600 mark. If I'm not being too presumptuous, would it be possible that we could maybe get over 3,000 before the end of my shift? That'd be nice. But anyway, we're a little scooch behind schedule, so all I'm going to say is please do keep the donations coming in. Everything received has been very, very greatly appreciated, and you know, please don't let up now. We might be coming towards the end of the event, but your donations make a massive difference. So I'm going to pass things over to RebelDragon95, who is running. For some reason, they always give the person from Birmingham the most complicated game names, but we have Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name. Take it away, Rebel Dragon.
Hello, guys. Yeah, so this is Like a Dragon Gaiden. Unfortunately, I was meant to be racing this against Froob today, but he couldn't make it because he got sick. So yeah, I'll happily take my free victory and do the run for you guys anyway. But yeah, so I will get into starting. Right, so we start the game when I press X on this screen. So if you're ready on tech, on timer. Right, cool. I will go in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, cool. So this is Like a Dragon Gaiden. Basically, in terms of where this lies in the lore and story of the Yakuza series, this is like a game that happens in between 6 and 7. It's like what our main boy, Kiryu, or Joryu as he's called in this game for various reasons, is doing. So the first thing we got to do in normal fashion is we got to do a tutorial. First thing we got to do is got to turn off action assist, right. Okay, that's fine. And, okay, let's grab that guy, throw him. Dash, dash. Hopefully that guy punches me. There we go. Walk a little bit, and dash. There we go. Right. Now I have to use spider gadget, so punch. There we go. Now I'm going to go pick up a cone, because cone's good. Hit cone. Hit, oh. Hit cone. Hit with the cone. Hit with the cone. Hit with the cone. Hit with the cone. There we go. Cool. That was a pretty poop tutorial, but we take those as we go. Right, so now that we've done the tutorial, we don't need to do another one of those. In some of the Yakuza games, you actually get to skip the tutorials. This is not one of them, so unfortunately we do have to play that. It's a pretty heavy reset point. Right, so the main kind of gimmick in this game is that at the end of Yakuza 6, Kiryu kind of accidentally ends up joining like a secret agent kind of thing through the story. So now basically this entire game is just going on a couple of missions. So this first mission is where they're basically at a dock area trying to make sure a shipment goes through. So we've got a couple of other little tutorials we've got to do, but nothing really like too serious. This guy is just to tutorialize what are called heat moves. When you see a little triangle prompt in the middle of the screen here, that's a heat move. We use them at various times, but not a large amount of them because they do use up your heat bar. And then pick up a pipe and just hit that guy a couple of times and he falls over. Alright. So the next tutorial is for what's called EX mode. EX mode is massively broken in this game, so we're going to be using it a lot. But in this case, we're just going to activate it to complete the tutorial, cancel it to gain our heat back, and then just start hitting people with this pipe. Please don't do that to me. Thank you. Okay, there we go. That's pretty poor, but whatever. Alright, so now we've done that. That's basically the end of all the tutorial fights we got to do. Right, so skip that one. Right, so the next fight is with a bunch of guys with baseball bats. That's just telling us we can upgrade stuff and spend money on abilities. So while we're here, these mysterious assailants attack us, I think they're called. We're going to upgrade our attack so we do a little bit more. Oh, they're called mysterious men. Because of course they are. Right, so we're going to go into upgrade, get a couple of attacks. There's a particular step I'm going to do. Punch, do that. Grab the item. Cool. And now swing, 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 swing. Trying to do this correctly is... I wonder if that would kill them. No. Cool. Then knee him in the face. That's fine. I was hoping the bat damage would be enough, but I overestimated how much HP he had. Right, cool. So now we're done with that fight. We get put into the next fight. So this fight, we actually have a party member with us. This is Hanawa. He's actually pretty good in this fight. He can do a lot of different things, but because he's controlled by the AI, we kind of have to just hope he actually does well. So I'm going to go around the back of this guy, hit him. So this is the X mode. It's a pretty broken thing. It's a pretty big AoE set of attacks. Trying to get a baseball bat. There we go. Hit that guy. Hit that guy. Hit that guy. Oh, okay, now I can't hit that guy that was on the ground, but whatever, we'll just don't do that. There we go. Right, cool. That was a pretty poor fight, but I'm hearing "get in" behind me. Alright, so that's the end of that section. So yeah, so once we do that, we realize the entire thing was a setup anyway, and yeah, we move on. So now we get told we need to go and investigate a Yakuza clan office, as of course we do in Yakuza games. The first thing this is going to tell me is about street battles. I'll call them random encounters or fight spawns. This one is a guaranteed one, but luckily we get a what we call an area trigger. So area triggers are basically areas which trigger cutscenes or events that cancel out fights. Not every single cutscene trigger or like sub-story trigger or like fight trigger or anything like that can cancel out the fight spawns from chasing you or cancel you out from being in a fight. So you have to know which ones are which and which ones you can do anything with. Right, so this gadget here is called the Spider. You can use it to grab onto enemies, grab onto weapons, and we use it to grab items in this game. So we use that to grab the football for that kid. Hopefully there's not a fight spawn at the end of the street here. There is not. Right, so the first thing we need to do here is we need to go into the adult store here, buy some underwear, and put them on. Because it gives you an attack buff, so you've got to make sure you wear your underwear for your attack buffs. Right, so after we go investigate this, we get caught out by these guys, the Seiryu clan, and we're going to grab this bench to the side of us, and hopefully they all die in one combo. There we go. So the angle for getting that combo is kind of annoying, because it depends on where the enemies decide to walk at the start, so that was actually pretty cool. Right, so once we do that, we in these cutscenes, we end up at the back of a parking lot, and these guys attack us, and we're going to go back here, grab this, and I've got to try to be really aggressive here because these guys can be very annoying. And I need that, do that, okay, hit that guy, hit that guy, there we go, cool, that wasn't too bad. If you can use the traffic one for the entire fight, that's a really good fight. But sometimes it doesn't work. If you don't get any doubles, it doesn't work. So yeah, this is what the game calls man in a suit. So again, we're going to go into EX mode like we did against... Okay, apparently I didn't have enough bar for it, but that's fine. So we're just going to hit this guy a few times. Grab that, use a heat move. Basically, when enemies glow purple or they glow another color, they're basically in super armor mode and they're vulnerable to attacks. Now, the game tutorializes me on what we call mortal counters. When an enemy glows with like red electricity, then tries to attack you, that's what's called a mortal attack. If you get hit by that, you get knocked down for like a set period of time and you lose a bunch of time. Right, so now we dealt with man in a suit. We've now got to deal with man in a, I believe it's a henna mask. Oh, Hanya mask. There we go. Let's go. So we're going to go over here, grab this cone, and hopefully he doesn't, like, destroy me like he's doing right now. No, not the cone. Oh, no, not my cone. Right, so I want to go over here, grab that cone, and just going to keep hitting him constantly with the cone. Okay. Unfortunately, he destroyed my first cone, which is pretty upsetting. Right, so now we dealt with man in a... Man in Henya mask. We got to deal with him twice now. So this is the very, very, very last tutorialized thing. It tells us we can swap to this style, and we do a couple of charge finishers. Kick. Run to the side. And I just want to punch him a few times. Grab the cone, hit him a number of times. He's going to hit me and knock me down. Because of course he is. Okay, we're just going to... Oh, that was a poor fight because he wouldn't let me hit him with the cone. But yeah, there we go. That's Man in a Hanya Mask 2. Or as he'll be known later, that's Shishido. He comes up a number of times in this game. Right, so... Now that we dealt with that guy, we are now, because we caused a bit of a ruckus in that area, and, well, we crashed a car, so the police obviously found out about that, and we got to get away from the police, so we're going to run around the roads a little bit to find a secluded area. So, in this part of the game, we're just having to follow the path that's laid out for us. There's cutscene trigger here. So now, our boy Curie here wants to find a place to smoke, which is what we're going to go do. This fight spawn here is actually always there. This is another, like, forced one. But if you run around them wide, they don't attack you, and you can just run straight past them. Again, like the previous ones. Oh, because that is another area trigger. Alright, so. The place where we're going to is actually a, it's an M store. So we got to pop around here to the M store. There's actually a few things we need to buy, so it's actually pretty useful that we need to go here as part of the story. So Popo, there we go. Right, we want to monitor the situation. Cutscene. Talk to this guy. We want 5 Tyrannas. They restore a heat bar. We want a pork katsudon bento. Only one of those. And then we want 10 sakes, because we do get drunk a number of times during this run. Right, so, during that entire scuffle with the Man in a Hanya Mask, we lost our buddy Hanoa. He got kidnapped, so Kiryu wants to go after him to save him. But the agency that he works for basically saying, no, okay, these guys are not playing ball. And when Kiryu decides to rebel against him, he has to fight his way out of the complex, which is what we're doing right now. So that first fight, you're meant to just hit them all without them doing anything to you. So that was unfortunate. Right, so this is, these are just called the agents. What we're going to do is we're going to run behind them, grab a table, and hopefully hit them pretty quickly. Their positioning can be really wild sometimes. Like this guy running all the way over here and being like, that, stance change. So something I'll be doing a lot throughout this run is stance changing. In this game, much like a couple of the other games in this engine called the Dragon engine, you can stance change out of style change out of every single attack you do. So you abuse that a lot to gain like iframes or advantage on your attacks. Right. And something else I'm doing as well is when I am using attacks or using finishers, I'm making sure that I'm holding the lock-on button or the fighting stance button, because when you do that, you can press the dodge button to dodge out of any attack you do. And when you're in EX mode, every attack is dodgeable like that, so you can basically cancel out of any of the really like moves with like high recovery and such. I just want to hit this guy a couple of times. Do that, and then hopefully he gets juggled. There we go. This is another mechanic which happens in some of the Dragon Engine games. If you knock an enemy into the air, you can then hit them again over and over. Another small mechanic of this game you may have noticed there is when I punched those fences, my heat bar went up. I don't know why this game is like that. This is the only game that's like that. If you destroy furniture or other pieces of things during fights, you gain heat bar from that. Trying to kick that guy. Okay, thank you. One hit, thank you. Okay, cool. There we go. Right. Now we're out of here. Right, so that guy's pretty annoying if he doesn't do things right. Right, so here I'm actually trying to hit a couple of these guys with the table, but not everyone. Because I want one guy with a bat to remain, because I want this police baton, because I need it for the fight after this one here I'm going into. So this guy appears when you try and open the door. So we're going to stance change into Agent, which is the blue style. Go into EX mode and hopefully juggle this guy. So I'm going to attack him from here. Gets juggled. Okay, nice drop. But we'll retry that. Oh, that guy is down. We're going to grab the baton. So the reason why we need the baton is this next guy here is really annoying. So we need the baton to stun lock him. Also, we need to rebuild our heat bar. The reason why you want to be drunk is because when you're drunk in this game and some of the other games in this engine, you gain more heat back when you're drunk. So that's why you down some sake before you start punching the people. So I'm going to use all hits of this baton just to do all the damage with it. Let's go into that. Hopefully he doesn't go near the bat. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Cool, that's fine. Right, punch those things. Now I want to use Atarna. Change it to Agent because I need it for the next fight. So we're coming up on the last fight of this set piece. So these longer sections of these games, we refer to these as set pieces because they're usually like spectacle pieces or lots of things in a row. This is just, I call him Guy with a Gun. He does have a name, but I always forget it. Oh, Yoshimura, that's it. So we're going to go into EX mode, try and punch all these guys a bunch, and then dodge out of that. Kick all these guys. Pick up a baton, and okay, that didn't work, so we're going to Nourishment the Sea King. Hit him with this. And then he will go into a second phase. So he'll go into second phase here. We're just going to punch him a few times to get some heat back. Then he's going to probably run away from me because that's what he always does. I want him to do his... I want to do this. And then hit him with that. There you go. Kick him in the shins. Right. Normally that goes a bit differently. If you can hit him with the baton before he moves... you can get a couple of hits on him to stun him and then hopefully heal yourself back up to max heat when he goes into his second phase and hit him out of it so you don't have to chase him around. Right, so that's the end of Chapter 1. Chapter 1 in this speedrun is actually like the hardest part of the front when you're trying to do PB attempts. It's full of RNG and that was a pretty poor one to be honest, but whatever, we move on to the rest of the game. Right, so Chapter 2 is actually like the beefiest part of this game. Chapter 2 is really, really long. There's a lot of things we got to do. A lot of stuff in Chapter 2 basically sets up for the rest of the run. So there's a lot of gaining money and doing loads of other different things. So the first thing I'm going to do is when we get into Sotenbori, which is the main city of this game. We're just in Yokohama. But this is where we're going to spend the rest of the game. It's Sotenbori. I'm going to grab that gold plate from the top of that sign. We're going to go into the Ebisu pawn. Because I need to sell that gold plate.
Welcome in.
I'm going to sell gold plate.
Welcome in.
Then hit buy, I want that, and I want that.
Thank
Upgrade abilities, I want attack. Change out my underwear for the different type of underwear. And there's an item here I want to grab. This is a Stanman XX. It just heals HP and heat bar. Any items I pick up is mainly for my heat bar. I don't really care about my HP. You get 5 free HP refills in this game from doing a mission that you have to do, so you're basically fine on HP healing for the whole run. And normally you wouldn't think about that when you play on the easiest difficulty like we are, but because the way you do damage in this game is by tanking your defense to minus 27,000, so well, 2,700, you need a little bit of healing sometimes. Why is that guy running away from me like that? Knife guy, die. You are all the way over there. Why did you do that? You just moonwalked away from me. Right, so once we've found out about these guys and beaten them up, we found out about them from the homeless guy, we meet this character called Akame. And Akame is basically the mission giver and like kind of assistant to you in this run. So it's just you asking about her. Oh, and something else I haven't mentioned. I'm actually using the English dub for this game. There's a couple of cutscenes you can skip in the English dub that you can't skip in the Japanese dubs. So you save about 30 seconds playing on English in this game. Right, so I'm going to go here. Oh. Right, now she tells us we need to go deal with some welfare thieves, so we're going to go to Bishamon Bridge. Cool. A feature they added in Yakuza Like a Dragon or Yakuza 7 is taxiing from the menu. But in that game, because it was a turn-based RPG, to stop you from going into like level 50 areas at like level 1, you had to go and unlock the taxis as you were going through. In the games they've made after that, where they're action games like this, they give you the entire taxi list immediately. So you can basically just shoot around the map without actually like any effort at all. You just need money. And money's pretty easy to get in this game, so... Oh, punch that guy. Right, that's a pretty easy fight. The first guy I punched there normally does like an Ultra Instinct Goku on you and just like dodges every single strike, so it was pretty nice that he actually took it for once. Right. We need to go back to this one, southwest Shofuko. We need to go into here. Because Akame tells us about there's a bunch of homeless people that are going missing, and that's what the welfare thieves were like doing. They were basically kidnapping the homeless people, locking them into these flats, essentially. Don't remember the context, so I know that's just what happens. Right, so this is that's a pretty poor start. Right, so now I want to make sure I get this guy with the big HP bar with that. Oh, that was a pretty simple fight. Usually, if you can end that fight while in EX mode, you've got a pretty good fight, but only having to clean up one enemy is normally fine. Alright, so now that we've done that, we get opened up to more of the Akame points things. So Akame's points things is like this game's like sub-story system, it's like a level up system thing. So we got to go and just do a couple of little tasks in the park. There's little icons all over the map which give you like tasks to do and points. But that pork bento I brought is specifically for this. So this guy wants a sake. So we are going to enable his drinking habit. And we're going to run around here. And we're going to give this guy that pork bento I brought. There you go. And now I've got level 3. So in this run, you do actually need to get to, I think it's level 10. But we have a setup of getting to Akame level 10 really quickly while also getting all the money that we need. By doing very specific Akame missions throughout Chapter 1, not Chapter 1, within Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 to make sure we get everything. I'm going to talk to Akame. Right, not that one. Right, so now Akame asks us to go to the Cabaret Club because she's heard about some shady activity. So we're going to go over to the Cabaret Club. Luckily in this game, you actually don't have to play the Cabaret Club mini-games. You can quit out or you can skip all the cutscenes. We're just going to choose to skip out. I'm going to have to shout outs to my friend from back home, James, because this is what we call case on foot skip, because if you know anything, that's case on, who's a VTuber, and you can't skip the cutscene until her feet appear on screen, so. Right, so now we've done that, we get some points from Akame. We actually get 5 free HP items and a bunch of money, which... Oh, wow, I think we get 1,000 yen from this, so this isn't really that lucrative. The next one we do, we get 300,000 yen from, which is much better. Dr. Akame, she gives us 5 Nutrient of the Conquering Emperor. Oh, it's 100. That's pretty good, it's pretty alright. Right, so now what we want to do is, she tells us to go see her weapons guy, essentially. But because there's a few items we need to grab, we're just going to knock off another mission while we're running around grabbing the items we need for money. So first thing I want to do is I want to go smartphone there, because I need to start the cutscene for this quest chain. If you've played some of the other Yakuza games during this quest, you run into Etsuko, who is a red-haired woman who gets very attached to Kiryu in many of the games that she's in, and Kiryu is not really a fan of it, so... This entire side quest is technically about her, and the reason why we do it is because there's actually no fights in this side quest. Alright, so there's a platinum plate down there. That sells for a lot of money. We need that. We need this locker key here. This locker key gives us a Tarana Maximum, which is an item that fully restores our heat bar. Oh, there's no fight spawns here. This is, like I mentioned earlier, there's certain types of triggers that we call area triggers. This is not an area trigger, so if you get into a fight spawn here, you're stuffed. You have to fight it out. So this entire thing is him trying to do some investigation, but Etsuko keeps interrupting him. Right, so now we've done that. We're going to go here. Then this is in my notes, just don't forget to do this, you idiot, because this is such a weird... You have to go back to here Just activate this cutscene to finish this quest, and if you don't, you don't, and then you open up the next menu and go, why can't I afford my upgrades? It's because you haven't completed the quest. So you go through this entire thing. Akame's like, how dare you fail me, but, you know, I'll get someone else to do it. Here's money anyway. So we're at Akame level 5. Now we're going to taxi to Bishamon Bridge because we need to use the locker keys. So there's 2 things we get from this locker key. As I said, there's the Tyrant Maximum, but also we get a Bloody Binding. So the Bloody Binding is an item that increases our attack but decreases our defense. And basically, we're going to crit build in this run. Upgrade abilities, I want Boost Attack, and I want Gauge. Cool, so there's one more Platinum Plate I need to grab. If I miss it here, I'll lose 10 seconds, having to run back in here and grab it. But the cutscene trigger for my guy's hit, I missed it, but it's fine. The cutscene trigger for him is right there, and it's really huge. If you can sneak your way into it without activating the cutscene trigger, you can pick up the Platinum Plate in that little street without actually activating the cutscene. But I completely whiffed that there, but that's fine. Right, so this is the tutorial for Hornet. You're never going to see it again because it's actually useless in the speedrun. You summon little drones to, like, stun enemies for you, but we never actually need it because we only need 1 upgrade for, well, 1 attack outside of EX mode in Agent mode, which we'll get in a second. Right, so this guy just goes on about this, and then he goes, yeah, a few times. Right, so there's a gold plate inside this dragon's mouth that we need. And I need to run back here, losing 10 seconds to grab the Platinum Plate I missed because I ran into the cutscene.
I could just hop in for a second?
Yep, go ahead.
I'd just like to remind everyone, you are watching UKSG Blue, and we are raising money for Crisis. In regards to making donations, if you're in the Twitch chat, you can literally just look at the pinned comment, click on the link, and that'll take you there. And just in regard to Crisis, we're currently, I think a lot of people have noticed, the weather has started to take a slightly colder turn, and I can't think of anything worse than being homeless during winter, so your donations can make a massive help in alleviating a lot of the difficulties homeless people have at that time of year. One such thing Crisis do is provide centres for homeless people so they at least have somewhere warm to be overnight. And so it's an incredible cause, and any donations you can give are so massively grateful and welcomed here. But please keep up the good work. But for the moment, back to Rebel Dragon. And I have to ask Rebel Dragon, a little fighting combat thing, I've just been fixated on it. I know it may not be up for a while, but why is the red one like the Thundercats logo?
It's a dragon.
It's the Thundercats logo.
But it's a dragon.
Well, everyone can look when it's next up, and you tell me it's not the Thundercats logo.
Alright. So what was I doing? I'm going to the castle, aren't I? Yeah. Anyway, right. So during that, I grabbed what was called Firefly. It's essentially a cigarette bomb. And I sold my platinum plates and my 2 gold plates and got a bunch of money. So that money is going to be put to good use here as I go into here. We're not going to do any gambling, but you can buy an item immediately if you just spend 100 grand on 1,000 tags. Go to exchange prizes, you can get the gruesome chainmail. And now I want to go upgrade abilities. I want to do that one. That one. I want Essence of Face Stomp. Quick Step Strike. Yeah, I want to put gruesome chainmail on, and that one. Run backwards. Try to open the door in the middle. Nope. If you open doors in this engine in the middle, you save about a second on the door opening. So I lost 1 second there, so the entire run's in shambles because of that. Alright, so this section here, this is the castle. It's a boat with a casino and a bunch of other stuff on it in the middle of the ocean. So, yeah, we are trying to investigate stuff that's happening here. So we go with Akame because we need to get on the boat, basically. Now we're on the boat, we get asked to participate in the Colosseum, which is what this is. So this is the Watasei lookalike. Watasei is a character in a couple of the other Yakuza stories. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Thundercats are go.
Oh wow, it's a dragon. It looks more like Mushu than a Thundercats logo.
I think we'll have to agree to disagree on this one.
Cool, I'm going to kick him in the face. And that gets rid of his whole HP bar that he had left. Right, so the next guy we've got to fight is actually... Oh yeah, so the cutscene you can skip in English that you can't skip in Japanese is that one right there. You have to watch the whole thing in Japanese. So this is the Kiryu lookalike. And he uses a sword and a gun, which Kiryu would never do. He fights honorably. Hit that guy out of his charge there. Oh, that was easy. I'm going to quickly adjust the headset because it's a little bit too loose on me. There we go. Right, cool. So yeah, that's the Kiryu lookalike. So now we've got the Ryuji Goda lookalike. With a question mark. Cool, kick him a few times. Right, so this mid-fight cutscene is unskippable, so I have to watch it. But essentially what happens is he's going to break the floor apart and set a couple of animals on us. If you've played or seen other Yakuza games, you will understand this, but there are 2 tigers down here that we have to deal with. If you played other Yakuza games, you do fight tigers in multiples of these games. But luckily, he did drop a sword down with us, so we do get a nice katana to deal with these things. So the tigers are actually pretty annoying. They can knock you down really, really easily. But also, you can kind of abuse a weird mechanic with them. So you can hit their dead body for meter if you truly want to. So now he jumps down here, goes raw, and then we're going to beat him up again. Right, so I'm going to go into EX mode. Trade to that one. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. There we go, easy. Right, I will have to use a heat item because I'm a little bit low. But that is fine. I didn't get a lot of meter from the fights prior. That's fine. So that's the end of the Colosseum part. We do come back to the Colosseum because we actually need to get gold rank in the Colosseum. But getting gold rank in the Colosseum is really easy. When you play this game casually, it sounds like a lot of work you got to do, but you've only got to complete 3 silver matches, which isn't actually that long to do it. Right, so now that we've done that, we've got to return to Sotenbori. So part of the reason why we were doing this is because we wanted to get in with the Colosseum stuff to start our ranking journey. We also were, you know, buying time by doing stuff for Akame while she helps us locate where Hanawa was taken because he got kidnapped by who will know as Saruno and Shishido at the start in Chapter 1 after the bit where we crashed our cars. So we're going to go to East Sotenbori Street. I'm going to run behind us. So the reason why I need 1 heat bar is because I actually need to use EX mode at the start of this fight. Or this set piece. This is a set piece we're walking into. Alright, so we're going to go straight into Agent Style because we need the EX mode for it. And we're going to hold square, which gives us the cigarette. We're going to throw the cigarette, stance change, go out of heat, and that blows them all up. Apart from that one guy that dodged it. But as you can imagine, that's a very broken mechanic that we're going to abuse for quite a lot of mob fights. Because this game likes to throw a lot of enemies at you to try and get you to use all of the different agent mechanics that they have, because the agent style is very good at crowd control. Yeah, but the cigarette bomb is just the best one. We actually keep it at level 1 the whole run, and it's useful the whole time. So we're going to run here, pick up a table, hit this guy twice with the table. He goes into heat charge. We're going to hit him with the heat move to whack him out of it. We're going to go through here. Something else which we will be using in this a little bit is I mentioned earlier about hitting furniture to gain heat bar back. We're going to be doing that a little bit. We're going to grab this table, hit that guy. Then we're going to swing the table here just to gain some heat back. Do that. Cool. There's another boss fight here. Well, a boss, mini-boss. So this guy here swings around a few times. We're just going to go into Agent. If I can get a juggle on this guy, I will try, but it's kind of annoying to get sometimes. We're going to run to the side here. Oh, easy. Grab that. Heat him out of his charge. Change back to that and do that. Now we need to grab some heat bar. We want to be an agent for the next part because we need to use a cigarette bomb again. These guys come out the room. We're just going to throw a cigarette at them. There you go. Oh, okay. I get hit by the explosion anyway.
It's a good time just to hop in for a second?
Yeah, go on.
We have a $20 donation from Grim Bob, with the comment, "Can't believe you'd expose me on the internet like that, Rebel SMH. Good luck with the rest of your stream, man." So that is a wonderful donation. Thank you for that, and please do keep them coming.
Right, so this guy again, we're just going to grab a table, hit him a couple of times, smack him out of whatever he's doing with the heat move. Right, we do need a little bit of heat bar back, so I'm going to run over here and start breaking stuff for heat. Run back over here. Right, so we're actually going to grab this umbrella stand before we go through this door, because surprisingly, even though the cutscene, he doesn't have the umbrella stand in his hand, after the cutscene, we'll still be holding the umbrella stand, so we don't have to worry about picking up a two-handed weapon in this room while this guy with the gun is trying to cap us. Right, so we're just going to walk forward, do what we did to the other two guys, and hit them twice with the two-handed weapon, and then do the heat move. Hopefully he doesn't shoot me and knock the gun, knock the weapon out of my hand, because he can do that. Right, punch out of the room. I want to be an agent. So I actually need full heat bar for the next fight. Luckily there's a healing item around the corner here, so we're going to grab this healing item, which is the Nourishment of the Sea King. We're going to use it. Enter into this one, and now we get a nice dynamic intro. So yeah, this is Saruno. So Saruno here is with a few guys. There's Hanua. They've been trying to interrogate him for information, but basically the whole gimmick of this is they've been trying to, you know, get to Kiryu here for various reasons. Right, so we're actually going to be using a kind of a mechanic with the cigarette bomb. So basically the cigarette will explode once it's out of your hand. As soon as it hits anything, it could be a party member, a wall, just anything. It will explode immediately. So instead of throwing it this way, we're going to turn around and we're going to throw it the other way. And it should just get all the guys. Okay, there is a guy at the back that survived. But we're just going to hit him. Okay, this is going well. Because Kiryu is not going the right direction. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I guess we just won't have meter for the last bit. Okay. So, yep, this is a... Well, you would expect there to be a QTE in this part, because these games are famous for QTEs, but this game saves all its QuickTime events for later fights. Also, by the way, that metal bar that Kiryu just held onto would be hot the entire way down it, not just at the top. So, you know, third-degree burns real quick on your hands. Right, so this guy's going to go directly into a mortal attack. So we're just going to dodge it, then hit him, and just try and beat him quickly. Here we go. Easy. You're meant to have EX mode at the end of there, but Kiryu, for some reason, because that one guy was left, just sometimes your lock-on gets very confused when there's more than one guy there. Right, so now that we've done that, there's a small, well, we get told about another mechanic. So normally what you're meant to do is you're meant to go back to Akame here, but you can't actually taxi in this part, because the game wants you to run around here. Don't worry about that if I spawn, it's fine. These guys will get scared and run away, but that's fine. But we run down here and we get told about pocket circuit racing. So if you know what pocket circuit racing is, it's basically RC car, like competitive RC car racing essentially is what it is. And it's a thing in a few of these games, and it's very funny watching this 50-year-old man get very upset when he loses a toy car race if you actually play this mode. He cares very much about his RC car racing. So now that we've got the tutorial for the RC cars out the way, we're going to go back to Akame. Because now that we're back here, we need to go back to the castle, because there's a few other mechanics we unlocked now. And then we can get our matches out of the way for getting to gold rank. So we're going to run around here. So we actually get... So after we've got this and we've got all the upgrades, the next upgrade to silver rank for the boat. Yeah, the boat. Well, I couldn't think of what it was. I forgot about this part here. I have to go grab the bloody ring for whatever reason. But yeah, so before I go back to the castle, I have to go around here and buy the bloody ring from the weapon guy. And then if you look down in the corner on my stats, my defense is like minus 2,700. So there's actually a couple of boss fights later that can like two-shot you if like you're not careful, even on the easiest difficulty that we are on. We're going to talk to this guy. We're going to buy the bloody ring. We're going to replace that, and we're going to smartphone back to... I can't make... There we go. I actually genuinely forgot about that for a second. Then it came up and I was like, oh, yeah, I need to buy the bloody ring. Now I'm going back to the boat. There we go. Right, cool. Yeah, so there's a couple of mechanics we get. We get, like, group fights, and we also get shown the customization tutorial as well. So in this game, you can actually customize the Curie you run around in. We're not going to be doing that because it can sometimes be really funky and can crash a game. Or if you do it too fast, it can. So we're going to run forward here. The boutique we need to go to, as it's called, is up here. Something else about the boutique as well is there's actually a shop inside the boutique where we can buy heat items. So we're going to top up on our heat items. So we're going to do that. I'm going to quickly wait for Curie to spawn in there. If you exit this while that's in the black screen, sometimes the camera can clip under the floor when you're loading out of it, which is not good. So we're going to top on our Taranas, buy some Tarana pluses. And there's one more item I'm going to grab in here. There's a couple of items you can grab here in this entire section. There's a Standman Spark, or you can grab this refreshment of the Sea King. I prefer the refreshment of the Sea King because I always forget what the Standman Spark is, but there is one there. Right, and I want to drink a couple of sakes because I want to maximize my heat gain. And this is Hammerhead, or the Colosseum fighter, but his name is Hammerhead. Got a nice pompadour. So we're going to run towards him. Do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. Easy. Perfect juggle. Oh, and because this is the Dragon engine, they do ragdoll very funnily like that. Right, so now we've done that, we get given the Silver Tiger, which is a silver rank. And we get told about this. This is the Fighter's Lounge, or the Warrior's Bar. And essentially, there's some people around here that we're going to recruit into our team. There's a ninja. We're going to give him 1,000 yen, because that's all we want, and then he joins our team. This guy around here just wants to join the team, so he'll join us for free. This guy in the red, we've got to sweet talk a little bit, though. Bottom option, I want us to fight together. Then there's top one. Or you are very beefy. There we go. And he uses big hammer. The game tells you to go back and talk to Akame here, but you can actually just go straight back to the Colosseum desk and go straight in there. So we're going to return to Colosseum, go in here. Talk to this guy, skip that. Talk to him again. There we go. Right, so now we're in a crew battle, as this is called, or a Hell Team Rumble. So we're going to go into EX mode, throw a cigarette like normal. Run over there. Run around here a little bit. Try and throw another cigarette in this general direction to hit as many guys as possible. Oh, none of these guys died, so that's very useful. Okay, guy with the hammer got me there, so do that. Where's this last guy? Cool, that was a really terrible fight because those guys just didn't get hit by the explosion. That's, so, I mentioned earlier, this is a silver, so we've actually only now got to do 2 more silvers to get the gold rank in the arena, and there's a couple of them that we can do really, really quickly, so we're going to do those 2. We get some, I have DLC installed, so we get DLC characters. Yay! Right, so Hell Team Rumble, this silver one. I do this one first. You could do them in either order, but I like doing it in this order. We're just going to do this. Okay, please stop blocking me. Thank you. And that was really slow because you want that guy to get hit by the explosion because he has 2 HP bars and then you can just finish him off, but he didn't get hit with it. Pretty random. It doesn't always work. Right, so now the second one we got to do is this one here. And as you can see, luckily, these give you 300k each one. 300k each time, so these are useful. Hopefully this one goes immediately. Like that. And they just all explode. And there we go, 6 seconds, easy peasy. Right, so we nearly got a million yen. Now we can just exit out of here because we've done the setup to get our gold rank. So we can't get the gold rank until we have level 10 Akame network. So we're going to be working on that in a second to make sure we have rank 10 in that. So because I don't have fast travel within this area, you get fast travel in this castle area when you hit gold rank. Gold rank's required for the story, so we do have fast travel in this area where we have to come back to it a couple of times on the next couple of visits, so that's good. So we have to run through it like this. Right, so we're going to return to Akame. Right, so we need to go to Missouri again because Missouri asked us to fight a Hammerhead to see about stolen equipment or something that had happened to him. What am I doing? There we go. So you can either go to W Sotenbori Street or West Sotenbori or where I went to Bishamon. Bishamon is actually the safer area. If you go up the top, your chances of getting into a fight spawn is really, really high. So there's only one instance where I go up there, but a lot of people like to risk it and go up there anyway. I'm not one of those people. We're going to walk in here. The game tells us to go back to Akame's here, but we don't actually need to do that. We need to leave. You can't taxi here. You just go, what? So you walk outside. Then you get a phone call from the Daidoji, which is the secret agency that you work for. So you need to go to their hideout, which is here. Oh, this fight spawn can follow me into the secret agency, like, you know, base if they want to, but yeah. Right, skip that.
You've made a mistake.
Right, so we've got a fight here we need to do.
Here we go. Let's time it.
Load this up.
Lights out.
Kill that guy. Oh, blue. Oh my word. My voice is now gone. Lovely. Yeah, I'll cough in a second. I'll take the headset off and do it so I'm not, like, ruining everything.
But maybe I can step in for a second.
Yeah, please do.
Yes, just to remind everyone, you are watching UKSG Blue and we are raising money for Crisis. Now, just a reminder of what we have coming up. Not that this run by Rebel Dragon isn't absolutely awesome, but following which we have Mega Man X7 run by Snap Pigeon and Arjek. We then have the highly anticipated Super Bub contest semi-finals and finals. And then ending off UKSG Blue, because we are, as I said, it's sad, but we are seemingly coming into the end of the event. We have the wonderful Joshimus with Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Titan, oh my lord, why did I even attempt this? Titan
It's
Reyes,
Titan Thrice Los Santos or something, isn't it?
It's Titan Reyes Badlands plus San Fierro %.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's what it is anyway. But please do keep the donations for coming in, because in regard to that Grand Theft Auto San Andreas run, we do have a donation incentive. We are currently at 186 for a $750 target, so please do keep the donations coming in. We would absolutely love to hear that. But if your throat is now nice and clear and recovered, Dragon,
I
pass it back over to you.
hope so, but my throat for some reason today, whenever I do these runs at the moment, it just goes every time. I guess I'm talking too much. I guess I'm doing an Argit without realizing. Right, cool. So now Akame ask us about a bunch of other stuff. And we're going to do some missions.
Oh, you're a saint.
Right, I want Seeking Device. I
Who
want
are you? So, what'll it be?
Homeless Man. I want
Who are you? So, what'll it be?
Strongest Convenience Store Clerk. And I want Golden Samurai.
Who are you? So, what'll it be?
Where are you? Golden Samurai. There we go. Right, so there's a particular order we want to do this in. Want to go here. I want to see if that... Nope, it's not on my map yet. So this is like, there's an RNG point. The Golden Samurai is basically a walking super boss that randomly appears, which is very annoying, especially at this point in the run. You get past chapter 1 and then you have to deal with RNG of that level. But this is the Sotenbori civilian. Gonna go for a juggle. Easily kick him. Alright, so skip that. Now we get him. Now that finishes that. Cool. Right, so upgrade abilities. I want to buy an attack. So the reason why we do that guy first is because we want to buy an attack. Now we want to go... I should have gone up, not down. That's way slower. Want to go to the park. Is the samurai here? He is not. So we want to talk to this guy. Accept his challenge. This is a Sotenbori civilian. Run at him. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And he dies. Well, gets knocked out because in traditional fashion, Kiryu doesn't kill people.
Yeah.
Now he joins us. Hopefully the Golden Samurai is here now. Nope, that's even more annoying. I'm now even more glad I didn't have to race through if this is what was going to happen to me, because this loses like 30 seconds. Right, so now we're going to go in here.
Yeah.
We're going to do this. So this quest is about how these two people are basically using ChatGPT to try and chat each other up. That's literally the plot of this sub-story. Down there? No. No. Yes, he is. Right, cool. He's down here. Luckily, he is on this side, so I don't have to go too far. I'm going to go into that mode. Just make sure he dies as I can. Cool, that's Golden Samurai down. The reason why you want to do Golden Samurai is because he's basically a free win that gives you 500,000 and a ton of Akame points, gives you 8,000, which gives you a lot. I want to just make sure my heat is up as well, because I need it for the next thing. So I'm going to run around here. This dude I've been chasing gets into a bit of a altercation with this guy. So we have to, you know, step in and deal with the street thug. I will have to use more heat healing after this, but that's fine. I have a stand man I can use. Easy. Cool. Right, that guy is down. Right, I will be using my stand man just to heal up my heat, and then go down to here to go down to Bishamon Bridge. Right, so now I've got to go to Bishamon Bridge. So this is the last place that these guys meet. And because the guy chickens out, we're going to punch him, because that's what we do as Kiryu. There is, I don't know if the guy's here, but there is actually a boat that runs along here with a guy with a with an item called a golden ball, which is quite funny. You get the golden ball from the boat. 1, 2, 3. There we go. If you don't have the attack upgrade, that guy takes 4 attacks. It's kind of funny. But you get the attack upgrade to make sure the Golden Samurai is fast. That's why you need the attack upgrade first. Right, so now we've done that. Right, we've done that. There we go. Let's just castle. Right. You see this million yen I've got? It's basically all going to go on upgrades in a second because I need to buy a ton of stuff. We're going to go back here. We have to do a little bit of like text, like stuff with Akame. So Akame now knows that we are the ranked up version, so she's going to give us Golden Tiger. Now we have to do the like social event with her real quick, where we go to the bar with her and just have a conversation. I'm just going to mash the X button for this. There's 4 options you can pick. I don't know, just mash X because you can skip the cutscene.
A little question won't kill ya, right?
And there we go. That's done with that. Look at that. Right, I'm going to talk to her again now because
Doryu.
for getting to level 10, she gives us 600k, which is useful. I'm going to buy that. Buy that. Buy that. Buy that. Buy that.
Doryu.
And that's all my money gone. Like, immediately. Alright. Now I've got fast travel because I'm gold rank. When you go to the VIP lounge, I'll be real. I don't think I could navigate to the VIP lounge without the fast travel now.
Yeah.
Because I'm so used to having it in this game. Right, the game tells you you can't come back to the castle because after this set piece we get locked out of it for a little bit. We don't need it for anything, so. So again, we're going to reposition ourselves, throw a cigarette, go out just so we can gain a ton of meter back. And just finish off this guy. So this guy never dies from the cigarette because he has too much HP bars. But you can just finish him off like that. So now we got what we call the castle set piece. That was the start of that one. Oh, don't worry about it. Let's go. Right, so we're going to run down here. So this whole time we're trying to run away to the helipad. Oh, what am I doing? I need to throw that. This guy takes 2 hits. There we go. Right. We've got to escape to the helipad. Run around here. Right. So this next 2 guys can be taken out by a serpent or rocket boots. Hopefully it works. There it does. Right, I got another unskippable cutscene here, and I want to place another reminder that Kiryu doesn't kill people. But if you got anything you want to talk about, Mike, for a couple of seconds, you can go now.
Thank you very much. Yeah, just to remind everyone, you are watching UKSG Blue, and we are raising money for Crisis. Now, just in regards, we do have that Grand Theft Auto San Andreas donation goal. I'm just gonna call you out on it, chat. We've had a bit of a slowdown in donations, and I'm not happy. Please, we do, jokes aside, we massively appreciate all donations that we do get, but we are looking to get that donation incentive met. So if you do make a donation, firstly, very gratefully accepted, but if you can, just make sure to set that incentive. We can get that run even more interesting with that Easter egg race showcase. But thank you, anyone who has donated so far, but do please keep them coming in. Back to you, Rebel.
Cool. Yeah, so during the unskippable cutscene, Kiryu definitely shot 3 people there, and they may or may not be dead. So yeah, this was discovered, actually maybe a couple of years ago, but basically during any sidestepping section, if you tap the direction you're going and just do the beginning of the animation over and over, it's actually faster than just walking. So surprisingly, we didn't know that for the longest time, and it was kind of an embarrassing moment because there's a few games where we had like really slow movement sections because we just slowly moved across sideward walks, and then you're like, oh yeah, just spam the button and you're good. This one here's a little bit different. Because of his foot positioning and the animation, you actually want to be behind him and go from behind. Like this. So you just do the shuffle across the bar.
Can I just say, I love that animation.
Yeah, I know, right? Alright, run up here, run around here. Alright, so something else I'm trying to do is I'm going to stop here to walk off the edge so I don't barrel roll. There we go. Slide down the ladder. Start this cutscene. Gonna run backwards here. Throw the cigarette bomb over this way. Oh, okay. No one died from that, but whatever. I guess I'll just have to deal with that as it comes. Cool. I had to improvise there because I threw that cigarette in the most awful direction you've ever seen. Alright, so now we're on here. We get to Spider again because, you know, Kiryu's got to be Spider-Man as well. Run forward. Open the doors. Again from the middle because this is a Dragon Engine game, so you got to save time by opening them from the middle. So you want at least one bar because you need one bar to obviously go into EX mode. Luckily, there's another little fight here we do before we move on. Oh yeah, you can skip the fade for the lift if you want to. Run through here. We get into this area here. Go into EX mode. That's fine. Right, so run out here. Open the door from the middle again, Dragon Engine. You got to save that 1 second. I really don't know the context of why they come out of like the clown thing with the clown masks on. I wish I knew, but I think it's just a Japan being Japan in their video games thing.
You question that, but you don't question the man like with a 12-pack and a thong and a sledgehammer.
Not in this series, no. When this series has a character called Walking Erection, I don't question it. Oh, I messed that up big time, but whatever. I'm gonna actually use... because I need to make sure I have enough heat for the next fight. Alright, so now we get... This is Homare Nishitani III. He's just a guy in a blue suit with a knife. If you know the story, these games is kind of a big spoiler character for other games. But yeah, we're just going to walk up. This is Ultimate Essence. Yeah, it's a very broken attack that works on like every enemy. So this guy's going to dash back, and he's going to do a QTE or a cutscene. At the end of this is the first QTE where we actually have to do something, rather than just being a cutscene. And it's a damage QTE as well, so even though I've got like no heat bar, it gives me like a bar and a half of heat just by me getting the QTE correct. And the button's the same every time, it's the X button. So I automatically know what it is. I will say an epilepsy warning for this, because he might throw a flash grenade. It doesn't always happen if you're fast enough, but it can do. No, he threw the flash grenade. And yeah, you just slam his head into your knee real quick. Easy money. Alright, and that is the end of Chapter 3. So in Chapter 4 is... well, Chapter 4 is actually kind of funny. There's a... I do like Chapter 4 a lot, because Chapter 4 is pretty fast-paced as well, because most of it is just, like, bashing through the, like, story parts of it without really detouring for any reason, like Chapters 2 and 3 are. Where there's a number of detours you got to make. So at the start of Chapter 4 here, you obviously escape from the boat, and because Nishitani now knows about Kiryu, you're not allowed to back on the boat. So we're going to talk to Akame because she's got an emergency request for us. We're going to go to West Sotenbori. So the reason why I go to it on this one is because the cutscene outside Missouri's is actually a area trigger, not like a regular trigger. So even though these guys got in a fight with me, it's going to say failed on the fight when I walk in there. Right, so now that I've done that, we get asked to protect the Akame group. So basically this guy kind of mugged Missouri, I believe, and then took a bunch of stuff. So something between chapters, you actually get your HP and heat refilled. So I actually have max heat now, so I can just body these guys. Throw that down, there we go. Cool, do that please, thank you. There we go, easy. There we go, he's going to sit down. No, he's not. Oh, yes, he is. You never know what these guys are going to do. Sometimes they'll, like, bounce around, like, wildly, or they'll just, like, flop over immediately. The ragdolling in this engine is insane. Right, now that we've done that, we're going to, you know, head to bed for a bit. The rest. Right, so the next part of this is technically a waiting section, but the cutscene trigger for it is just outside the building, so we don't need to go too far. Right, we're going to walk around here, walk around here. And now we get our call from Saruno. I have to be careful here because you can't pause immediately, and then sometimes I find myself pausing and then pressing the up button. If you press the up button without pausing, you open up the camera, like the photo mode in this game. Oh, that was the slowest turn you could have done in the world. So now we talk to this guy. So basically, we stole a bunch of money from Homari Nishitani, and essentially what we're going to do now is we're going to go on a big boys' night out and spend a few billion yen on basically nothing but fun and games. So first thing we're going to do is these guys are going to try and stop us because they're part of Nishitani's crew. We don't care about them. We're just going to blow them up. Oh, no, 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 no. Thank you. Hopefully this works now because... Okay, there's one guy left. Because I accidentally changed styles at the start there because I thought I was in Yakuza for whatever reason. That guy was in the wrong position, but that's fine. Right. So now we've dealt with those guys, we're going to continue... Oh, well, we're going to do what the game says, which is continue the debauchery. So we're going to go to the golf center. So we're actually going to run around the map and enter a bunch of minigames. Luckily, we actually don't have to beat any of the minigames. We can just quit out of them. So, and then the game just goes, oh, well, you lost. Like, Shishido won against you. Skip, but there we go. Nice try, but I win. Alright. So, there's actually a number of different ways you can go about this route, but the route that we take specifically only does 2 fights. There's about 4 different fights you can get into. But ideally, we want to reduce the amount of fights that we're a part of, because obviously doing more fights means we lose time because they're just not required. So this fight is required because we need to go down the street behind them. Okay, please accept my down input. I'm going to throw the cigarette. I'm going to make sure I have max heat. Run forward. Well, thanks for throwing the guy towards me. Dodge. Now we're gonna rocket boot over here, kill that guy, rocket boot. Okay. Now we're gonna rocket boot again. That's just garnish. Okay. Thank you. Rocket boots was not working, but that's fine. Right, so now that we've done that, you actually want to try and end this fight as close to this street as possible because you want to run straight down it. Which is why I was trying to rocket boot past him and go towards it. So yes, this is karaoke. No. Sorry guys, we're not playing karaoke. No karaoke for us.
Please?
No, I'd have
to... or something?
I mean...
Oh, wrong game, sorry.
Well, no. Bakumitai is in this game, but I'd have to go back to the menu, change it to Japanese and put it back, or we get the English version.
I would be willing to wait for that. Maybe the scheduling team not.
Yeah. Right, this is billiards, which we don't want to play either because that takes so long. Billiards and bar. So we're gonna run away. So the order you do this in is just to make sure you have the least amount of cutscenes and fights, as I said. So now we're gonna run up here. We're gonna go to this street up here. We're gonna go to Shofukucho. Right, so we want to go to Ebusupor now because we got to get the fit. So we got to get the formal attire. So before we continue, we need to do a drip check real quick. Run in here, get the formal attire, and then leave. And then we're going to spend the last of our money that we have on eating ramen and drinking some sake, which is in here. I'm going to just do big eat. And that's the end of our evening. We've spent all our money. So we're just going to run back to Akame's and rest. And then the next day we got a couple of fights we got to go do before we can go back to the boat and take it over, which is what we're trying to do. We're trying to basically lure like the Nishitani group off of the boat so we can take control of it by spending all of their money on just worthless junk. When I say worthless junk, we had fun in the night, so yeah. So now we're going to go to the Grand. If you know anything about Yakuza games, the Grand appears in a number of them. Run forward. That's it. What's actually funny is these two guys you can kill in one hit. I say kill every time, but I'm just so used to it. Right. Okay, no. I was holding the left trigger button game, but that's fine. Okay, we'll just grab this cone and... That was so stupid. So the way you I've been not doing heat attacks, been having heat bars. If you hold the left trigger, it can stop you from doing heat. It just turns off heat actions because it locks the camera. It just didn't work. And it was just like, nah, you're doing the heat move, bruv. Right, gonna throw the cigarette. Because I want the max amount of heat bar I can get back. Only the bosses are left. The high HP enemies are. So we're gonna just hit these guys a bunch. That should kill this guy. But go. I didn't mean to get that, but I had to roll with it. This guy doesn't get knocked down, so he's easy to hit. There we go. Easy money. Right, so now we get to go back to the boat because we've lured them away from the boat, so now we can go take it over. Alright, so we're gonna go to the castle. Okay, right, so there's a fight here we got to do just to, you know, clean up the guys. Got the cigarette behind. A lot of them should just get wiped out by that, and now we just have small fries left. I have a lot of partners here who take care of a lot of the small guys with their baseball bats and things. Okay, that was a weird interaction. That's fine. Also, something else I did there as well to maximize my heat gauge, I used the rocket boots and destroyed a bunch of chairs, and that just gives you a bunch of heat back. I'll do it again in the next set piece because it's worth it for just making sure you have enough heat for everything you got to do. Right, so now we've taken over the boat. We basically exposed the boat to the world, so Nishitani can no longer use the boat. That's like the entire point of this. I'm going to run over here. So I need to get back to the helipad. It's faster to run in here and use the fast travel point here to the helipad than it is to run to the helipad from where I was. By like a second or so. It's quite a lot. So now, yeah, this is Dan Brody. So Dan Brody uses a bunch of drones, weirdly enough. So we're going to do that. And once his invuln starts, we're going to use Ultimate Essence and just destroy him. And we have 2 bars left of heat, which is actually pretty worth it because now we can now we're confirmed to have enough to do the end of chapter 4. All right, cool. So now we unlock the sub story for the 4 Kings of the Colosseum. We don't need to do it. That's about max ranking the Colosseum and such. So now we're gonna go back to Akame's. Right. So we're gonna rest quickly because we need to rest for before the next day. And now we're gonna go do our big showdown with Nishitani. So we gotta go to the golf center. Ideally, what I get here is I get a fight spawn in front of me, and I can use my rocket boots to dart to where I need to go. Has that happened? That has happened. Hopefully these guys can see me. No, they didn't see me. SMH, bro. They spawned in the right place as well. But yeah. It only saves like a few seconds if you can get it. Run in here. So, yep. This is just a big mob fight. This is more Kijin clan. I'm going to run over here. Pray to that. Go over there. Run around. Throw this behind me. That is a good direction one. There we go. Back that guy. So just going to do some cleanup now. Hopefully Shishido doesn't get me, because Shishido can body you with the sledgehammer, and it's really annoying. Can you hit that guy, please? Cool, Shishido got that guy. Right, so that was that. Now we're going to get in the car with Shishido here, and we're going to go to the base that that Nishitani is at. Nishitani hideout. Right, so at the start of this, we got another big mob fight, and we're going to do the same thing we're doing to the rest of them, which is throw another cigarette at them, and hopefully they all explode.
Let's get this.
Get this right. Okay, one guy survived. That's pretty normal. Hopefully, okay, that's fine. I didn't get hit with the sledgehammer, so Shishido does like to team hit. So,
You boys got any idea where the fuck you are?
right, so we're gonna go around the corner here. We're gonna aim a cigarette bomb around here to do this. Hit those guys. Oh, he hit me with the sledgehammer, of course. Right, we're done with that. Now we can run over here. We want to grab this potted plant because, again, if we hit a door with a item in our hands, it'll be there after the cutscenes. So we're going to swing this potted plant, swing this potted plant, swing this potted plant. Then we're going to use the heat move, and this guy should get obliterated by it. There we go.
Can I just hop in for a second?
Yep, go ahead.
As I clear my throat, note to any future hosts, clear your throat before you say you want to speak. We have an $83 donation from NSG, clap clap room. Coming with the comment, sharing a little love from your sister org, hoping we can see Josh's bonus showcase, maybe with some house music. And as you may appreciate, that $83 has gone towards the Easter egg race showcase for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. So that now has us, roughly speaking, about $250 into the $750 goal. So unless my math is very poor, we are a third of the way there, but that still leaves 2/3 to go, people, and time is closing in. So please do keep your donations coming in. You are all fabulous, those of you who have donated, but please keep them coming in if you can. We are getting so close to that goal, and it would just be phenomenal if we could reach it. Back to you, Rebel.
All right, cool. Right, so we're just cleaning up the guys around here with cigarettes and kicks. So this is another room where we're just going to throw a cigarette and hopefully all the guys die. Shishido will go do his own thing and deal with probably the guy behind. I guess he's not. Okay, now he's going to go there. And okay, that just worked out entirely for whatever reason. Go, now I've got a ton of meter back. Right, do that. Something else I've been doing as well, I've been cancelling out of the heavy attack. I've been using the open doors with dodging. That's just a tiny weeny bit faster than letting it rock. Right, so here is Nishitani again. So this time we're in a burning room because, of course, someone decided to set the place on fire. We're going to walk towards him, use Ultimate Essence. We're going to grab a item before the QTE starts. Again, this is an actual QTE with an input I've got to do, but it is always the same button, so I know what it's going to be. It's always the X button. That one actually does quite a bit of damage. Right, so now we're going to walk forward. We're going to do that. Oh, flashbang warning again. Sorry, I keep forgetting about that. Now we're just going to clean him up. There we go. And that's the end of him for now. So that's also the end of Chapter 4 as well. We're actually coming into the final chapter of the game. So Chapter 5 is actually pretty straightforward. It's mostly just run to the end, basically, at this point. It's very much just, there's a bunch of cutscenes at the start of Chapter 5, and then we get the final gauntlet, essentially. And it is called The Man Who Erased His Name, so we do get to roll credits from that as well. Right. That. He says, let's go rest Kame. Let's just go there, to the castle. So going to the castle and going back to Akame's doesn't look like it would save any time, but it's actually 4 seconds faster to do this every time you do it. I got that confirmed by someone who's better at timing things than me, so I've got that on good terms that it is faster to do that. Right. We're going to do that. Right, so we rest. Now we're going to go back to the Daidoji hideout, which is Shofusuko. I can even speak. I can't say half the... I just say West Shofu most of the time. Right, we're going to run down here, run around here. So going actually this left direction is actually a tiny bit faster than going the right direction. The corridor's a little bit longer than that street there. Walk down here, walk down here. We need to go talk to Hanawa. Hanawa is typing away on a laptop, and he's like, would you like to go back to the temple? And you're like, yes, please. Return to temple.
Yeah.
So by this point, there's also a time skip. I probably should have mentioned that earlier in the game, we got hired to protect Watase a while ago. So that's why we're doing this stuff in the final chapter, because we got asked to protect a guy. Right, so now that we're doing all this, so basically Watase is being released from prison, like, on the day after this night, essentially, which we've got to finish up our business in Sotenbori. Talk to Akame again. Now, we get a little cutscene here with Tsuruno trying to apologize to us, but we're just going to be, like, really mean to him, because the top option is the fast one to pick, obviously. We'll say, I'll never forgive you. Like, he's like, I'm sorry for doing all this to you, and you're like, I'll never forgive you. Right, so now that we've done that, that's our point of no return. So basically now we're locked into the ending now. So Watase's been released from prison, and we're just doing a meet-up to sort out some stuff. And Nishitani's here, and turns out Shishido here is trying to stop us from doing what we're trying to do, which is... if you played Yakuza 7, they dissolve the Tojo clan and the Omi alliance in that story, which is what we're trying to do right now. So we want to hit that guy there, and by doing damage to Shishido, that forces Nishitani to throw that grenade, because he's not in an animation. And now we just grab the shovel, and then we run to the other side. So now we've skipped the entire first phase of the construction site fight. Right, so this is the point where me having really low defense can actually become a problem. I have died to Nishitani here many times, just because if he hits you with a slash combo and he just chains it together, he does just 3-shot you, 3 or 4-shot you. So you do have to be careful here. So I want to run up here, go 1, 2. Want to hit him a number of times. Okay, cool. Hopefully that gets rid of him. Nope, but that's fine. I'm just going to punch him. There you go, that got rid of him. Apparently I got a freaking achievement on the freaking compendium, not the compendium, the completion list. My brain went Persona there, compendium. Right, so now we dealt with that guy, he's now gone now, we don't need to worry about him. So Shishido is at the back, we actually need to do a little bit more damage to Shishido. Hopefully my party members can do some damage to the grunts while I'm dealing with Shishido. So ideally I want to do bunch of HP damage to Shishido, run up to him, do Ultimate Essence, and just get rid of him and then not have to worry about him. Forward to that. Kick that guy. Okay, this is gonna... Just doing some cleanup. Just punch the guy, please. There we go. Clean up. That went awfully, but it's fine. I haven't got much heat, but I have loads of heat healing items, so I'm going to be abusing that. But also, because my HP's looking a little bit bleak, I will use a healing item on my HP just to make sure I'm okay. Actually, I have a refreshment of the Sea King. That'll heal my HP for me. Yeah, that's good. Luckily, because I did well with Chapter 4's... yeah, Chapter 4's fight, so I don't need to worry about my HP as much. No, well, Chapter 3's... Yeah. Fine, my HP situation is nice and cool. So we're gonna go into inventory. We're gonna use refreshment of the Sky King. Do that. Do that. We're gonna stand here. We're gonna throw a grenade. We want to go up here, stand up here. Throw a grenade again. Oh, is there a guy left? Of course there is. Oh, and it's got a gun as well, of course, because he was running away from us. Right, so what's happened in this part is essentially Daigo Dojima and Watase basically announced that they're dissolving the Yakuza, and all the Yakuza that don't want that to happen go, absolutely not. And a massive brawl breaks out between the people that are for the dissolution and those that are against it, and that's the whole point of this. So basically, they're trying to kill either Daigo or Watase, because if either one of them doesn't make it to the police station to finalize the deal, the entire thing breaks apart. So that's why these guys are... That's why you're doing all this. Oh, that is a bad angle. That's fine, actually. We're just going to do that. We're just going to go over here. Hit that guy. Okay, that guy dodged me. Thank you. Oh, easy. Right, so we got a couple of other fights left. Well, 2. We got one more mob fight, but we have all the boys with us. Then we have the final boss. Alright, so this is the boys fight. So we've got Tiger Saijima, Gore Majima, Daigo Dojima, and our boy Kiryu, or Juryu as he's called at this point. All fighting in the square, all without their shirts on in normal Yakuza fashion, because why would they wear shirts? Right, so I'm going to use a cigarette. So there's a lot of enemies here again, so usually the boys are pretty good at, like, cleaning things up, but I'm going to use cigarette, run back here, use another one just to kind of help them clean up a little bit. Just to make sure that they all die. Just making sure I do enough damage. Damn, that guy at the back is going crazy on Majima. Hit that guy with that guy. And there we go. Right, so that's the end of the mob fight there. And we just have the final boss now. Right, so the final boss is a pretty long fight. So I will tell you at which point time will be coming up, because there's like 5 phases to this fight, with cutscenes in between each one. Yeah, so this is Shishido. Shishido would be very mad about us trying to dissolve the Yakuza, because that's the only way of life he knows. We're basically going to empty the medicine cabinet and drink a ton of heat healing at the start of this, because we're basically going to be abusing Ultimate Essence for the entire fight, because it completely destroys this guy because he can't block it. I'm going to do that, then we're going to drink the medicine cabinet, and then run forward, use Ultimate Essence. That gets rid of the entire first phase by dealing the 2 HP bars required. Right, so if you've played some of these games, in Yakuza 5, there's actually the final boss fight in Yakuza 5 happens across the entire of, like, the Tojo clan base. So you fight around the entire thing. This is basically, like, the same thing, but instead you're in the Omi Alliance building instead. By the way, these guys are fine after falling that entire distance, by the way. They get back up and they're ready to throw hands again. Do not worry. Just spits a little blood. He's like, I'm good to go now. I'm good to go. So there's actually there's a couple of things with heat attacks I haven't mentioned. You can't do heat attacks like immediately into each other, but also there's actually a thing called heat attack staling. So if you do the same heat attack over and over, it does less and less damage. So we're actually going to use a different heat attack in a second to bring the damage back to the one that I've been doing, Ultimate Essence, to make sure it can do enough damage in the final 2 phases to destroy this guy. Oh yeah, he finds another katana that's nice and sharp, ready to go. Again, Kiryu's back is perfectly fine after this, so he gets back up again. Alright, goodbye Chandelier. Also, I think the thing just fades away in a second because the items do that in these games. Right, so there's actually a potted plant behind me. I'm going to hit this guy with the potted plant because we want to make sure we do that. I hit him. Make sure that happens before he hits me because that does a lot of damage to me. Now remember that Tara Maximum I got in Chapter 2? We're going to chug the hell out of that. Do 1, 2. Wait for him to get up again. Get up, mate. And we're going to Ultimate Essence, and that takes him into the final phase. So when final phase comes up, get ready on time. I'll tell you when it happens. So he'll get up again. He'll go into the cutscene. I love the background audio that you can hear when you actually got the audio in your ear. I don't always play with audio when I play this game at home. Oh yeah, Spider Gadget comes out again because why not? So yeah, we got more walls we got to throw each other into first. And yeah, apparently these guys are that strong to fling these guys off of like a tethered rope around as well.
They're falling again, I see.
Yeah, don't worry, they're all good. They are all good. Alright, so we've got 2 more things we've got to do. We've got 1 more Ultimate Essence we've got to do, then we just got to clean up his HP bar, and then we get to the final QT section. So punch him a bunch again, smack his head into your knee, cause another concussion. Just the 4th one in this fight. Switch to Agent. Okay, right, so time's coming up. It comes up on the final QTE. Just make sure I don't mess this up now, because now that I've mentioned it, when you bring attention to it is when you're like, no, I'm going to mess this up. It's triangle every time. I know what the button is, but you will fat finger it at some point and want to die. That's time. So yeah, that was like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name. Again, shout-outs to the Yakuza speedrunning community. Shout-outs to Froob especially. It's very upsetting he couldn't be here because he got very sick at the beginning of last week, and he just couldn't shake it off before. But yeah, yeah. If you want to learn this game or learn any of the other Yakuza games, you can go on speedrun.com. You can join the Discord. There's notes for everything. Everyone's always willing to help. But yeah, just thanks for having me on UKSG, and let me just skip through these cutscenes so we're not getting any weird music or anything. But yeah, thanks for having me on UKSG, and enjoy whatever comes up next.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much for that run, Rebel Dragon. We're going to be taking a short break, but in something that wasn't originally scheduled, but is on the schedule now, we have Snap Pigeon and Arjik with a any percent blind Mega Man X7. So this is going to be well worth watching. So we're going to take a little break, but don't go too far because you're going to want to check this out.